Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Silver Path AI. My name is Shannon, and I'll be your host today. Today, we're going to be talking about a sequel to last week's episode. Today's topic is what to do after the conversation, your next steps as a family caregiver. I wanted to make sure that this came right behind last week's episode as that sequel because the last week's episode walked you through how to talk to your aging parent about needing help without starting a fight. That episode helped a lot of families finally have a conversation that they've been avoiding for months and sometimes even years. But here's what happens next. We're going to talk about that in this one. So you have the conversation, it goes much better than you expected, or possibly it got even worse. Either way, you hang up the phone or you drive home from your parents' house and you think, okay, now what? That's what today is about. The next steps after the hardest conversation or one of the hardest conversations that your family will ever have to have. So, we're going to talk about the two scenarios that we just now mentioned earlier. So, after the conversation, families typically find themselves in one of two different scenarios. Scenario one, it went better than you expected. Your parent actually listened to you. They admitted that they've been struggling, they're open to help. You walk away feeling cautiously optimistic and also a little stunned. Scenario two, it did not go well at all. Your parent got defensive, they shut down the conversation, they told you that they're fine, that you're the one that's overreacting, and they do not need anyone telling them how to live their life now or ever. But here's the good news, both scenarios need the exact same next step, a plan. Whether your parent agreed to help or refused it, the next steps are still the same. You start preparing now so that whether the help is welcome today or 6 months from now, you're ready. The first week after the conversation is the most important week. And the, and the rule for the first week is this, just slow down. Most adult children make a critical mistake here. They have the conversation, get a little bit of openness from their parent, immediately go into fix it mode. They try to fix everything. They're calling assisted living facilities the next day, scheduling doctor's appointments, pushing legal paperwork. Please don't do any of these things. Let me repeat, do not do that. Your parent will feel ambushed, and the door that you just now opened will more than likely slam shut. In the first week, do these four things instead. Write down everything you noticed during your visits or your conversations, concerns about their memory, things in the house, medications that they could not name, bills that seem to be laying on the table unpaid. Get it all on paper while it's fresh in your mind. Number two, resist the urge to bring it up again immediately. Let the conversation get a breather for at least a few days. Your parent needs time to process what just happened, and more than likely so do you. Here's our third one. Schedule a casual follow-up, not a confrontation, just a phone call where you check in and ask how they're doing and let the conversation come up organically. Number four, talk to your siblings, privately, of course. Tell them what you saw, tell them what was said, get their honest take and opinion on the situation. That's the first week. No major decisions, no urgent actions, just observation, reflection, and family communication. Now we move into the preparation stage. Whether your parent has accepted help from you or not, you need information. And most adult children do not have nearly enough information about their parents' life to actually be helpful. So here's the list of what you need to know. Every doctor and specialist that your parent sees, every medication that they take, recent test results, recent diagnosis, the name of their primary care physician, and how to reach them. You need to know what kind of Medicare plan they have. Do they have a supplement or Medigap policy? Do they have a Part D plan? Do they even have long term insurance for care that is needed long term? You don't need every single detail, but you need to know generally what their income looks like. Do they have retirement savings? Do they have stocks? Do they have bonds? Do they have a financial advisor? Where do they bank? Is the mortgage still on the house? Which bank has the mortgage? If they were driving or are still driving, which bank has the car loan? Do they have a will? Do they have a power of attorney? Is there a healthcare directive in place? And if so, where are these documents being kept? When it comes to everyday life for your parent at this age, they are probably having someone come to the house. So, who is it? Who calls them regularly to check in? Who would be the person that would notice if something was wrong? You're not gathering this information to take over your parent's life. You're gathering it so that when something does happen, and something always happens, you're not starting from zero in the middle of a crisis. Now, this is the section that most families skip, and it is a section that causes the most frustration, problems, and issues later. If you have siblings, this part is non negotiable. If you are an only child, you can skip it. But for siblings, you need to schedule a family meeting that does not include mom or dad. This is not a meeting to gossip about mom or to plot behind your father's back. This is a working meeting to align as a family before any decisions get made. You need to make sure everybody's on the same page. In that meeting, you guys will want to cover these four things. Number one, share what each person has learned about mom or dad. What has each sibling observed and what have they heard from your parent recently that may have caused them some concern? Two, acknowledge the disagreements. If one sibling thinks mom is fine and another thinks she needs immediate help, that disagreement needs to come out now, not during a hospital crisis. Number three, you guys will need to divide responsibilities. Someone to handle medical appointments, someone who's going to handle financial questions, and who's going to be the main point of contact for your parent. Who will call them every single week to check in? Number four, agree with one another on what would trigger a bigger conversation. Would it be a fall, a hospital visit, a car accident? You guys need to get together and decide together what would change your current approach. If siblings cannot agree, and many cannot, that is when a professional third party becomes essential. Sometimes families need someone outside the family to help them get aligned, to help everyone get on the same page. That is something that SilverPath does often. You know, you cannot manage your parents' care alone. I want to be very clear about that. The families who try to do everything themselves are families who burn out the hardest and the fastest. You need a team. Let me give you a list of people who should be on your team. Number one, of course, a primary care physician. This person actually knows your parent and is paying attention to the entire picture. An estate planning or elder law attorney who can help with legal documents like power of attorney, healthcare directives, wills, and trusts. A financial advisor who understands senior finances if your parent has significant assets. A care coordinator like SilverPath who can manage the day to day healthcare logistics so you can keep your job, your family, and your sanity. A specialist for any chronic conditions your parent is managing, whether that is cardiology, neurology, endocrinology, whatever applies to them. If mom or dad has a pacemaker, you need to know the make, the model, and also the installation date. Another person who should be on your team is a trusted neighbor or local friend who can check in or call if something seems off. You do not need to hire everyone today, but you should know who fills each of these roles or be actively looking for someone who can. Now let's get practical. A care plan is not a legal document, it is not formal, it is just a written summary of where things stand and what comes next. Most families have everything in their head, which means when there's a crisis, nobody can find the information that they need. Because, of course, our blood pressure is high, there's a crisis, our anxiety is high, we're moving all over the place, and a lot of times we don't know if we're coming or going when there's a crisis. But a written care plan, you do have to have this. If you have it, it should include three sections. Section number one: what is happening with mom or dad right now? Current health conditions, current medications, current providers, current living situation, current support in place. Section number two: what needs to happen in the next 3 months? Specific appointments to schedule, documents to get in place, conversations to revisit, decisions that need to be made. Section number three: what happens in the next year? Bigger picture goals, right? Possible transitions of care, long term planning, things that you guys might be watching out for. This plan should be shared amongst all siblings and it should be updated regularly. Easily accessible, save somewhere everyone can find it. Maybe a Google document. So, and everybody has that email address and also the password to be able to input information into that drive. So, when something goes wrong at 2 in the morning, that is the document that's going to save you. And it's in a place where everyone can put their hands on it. I want to spend a little bit of time or a minute or two talking about something that nobody really talks about. You. You are very important. Family caregivers, believe it or not, are at significantly higher risk of depression, anxiety, sleep problems, and chronic illness than the general population. Caregiver burnout is real and it sneaks up on us slowly. If you're going to be supporting your parent through this season, it might be a long season. You have to build self care into your plan from the very beginning. That means setting boundaries. It means saying no sometimes. It means asking for help. And it can also mean seeing your own doctor regularly and making time for the things that fill your cup back up. I tell families this often. You cannot pour from an empty cup. The best thing you can do for your parent is to stay healthy enough, physically, emotionally, and mentally, to actually be there for them when they need you the most. So, when does it make sense to bring in a professional care coordinator? Here are the most common signs: you're missing work consistently to attend medical appointments, mom or dad are disoriented, and they usually, when they are on the phone with you, are having a conversation that is running in circles. You're missing your parents' healthcare situation because you're not able to be present. The healthcare problems that they're dealing with are becoming too complex for you to manage from the telephone. You might live in a different state and cannot physically be available. Your siblings are not aligned, and someone neutral needs to facilitate the conversation. Your parent has had a hospital stay, a fall, or a new diagnosis that changes the level of care that they need. You're exhausted. You're missing things. You're constantly worried. You don't know your left from your right when it comes to dealing with the situation that you are finding yourself in. This is exactly where Silver Path Senior Services steps in. We attend the medical appointments, coordinate between the doctors, handle the Medicare confusion, review the bills, update the family, become the calm professional presence that keeps everything moving so you do not have to. Your main concern and priority should be your mom or dad, your parent, and we can help you to have that. We're not a medical provider. We're not a home care agency, not even a placement service. We are your family's advocate and guide through the healthcare system. So, that is what happens after the conversation. Let's recap. You slow down, you gather information, you align with your siblings, you build your team, you create a plan that is easily accessible to everyone, you take care of you. And when you need professional support, you get it. You do not wait for a crisis to ask for help. If this information has brought you value, or you know someone that it could bring value to, I'd ask you to please go ahead and share this. And if you're in Henderson, Las Vegas, Summerlin, or North Las Vegas, and you need help navigating this season of life, Silver Path Senior Services is here. Give us a call for a complimentary consultation at 702-203-3778. Let's talk about what professional coordination looks like for your family. I'd also like to ask you that if you found this to be helpful in any way, please subscribe. There are new episodes every week to help Las Vegas families navigate senior care with confidence. My name is Shannon with Silver Path Senior Services. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.